Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. This is Brian Reaction. So guys, if you're meeting any of my videos or this video for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share. So I have a crazy race for you here today, 4x4, and in this race Jamaica meets Team USA. And you know, when Jamaica meets Team USA, it's always one hell of a battle because Jamaica has the best sprinters, Team USA has the best sprinters. So when the two meets, then that's one race you cannot miss to watch. So Jamaica destroyed Team USA completely. I want you to see this video, watch how this race went down, and I'll be back with a few reactions.
Good crowd here as usual, over 40,000. Getting a little bit warmer as the day has gone on. Temperatures in the 50s. And in lane 6, as promised, Team USA.
We see Brianna Nelson here as the leadoff leg. This is her first appearance at Penn Relays as an emerging elite. Last year she was here as part of Texas's winning team on the 4x4 at Penn Relays.
And right next to them in lane 7, as you would expect, Jamaica.
Interesting team here. Day, Hall, Leroy, and McPherson. Three of these young ladies were part of the 4x400 meters last year at the Commonwealth Games that brought home the gold medal. So Jamaica is contending in the 4x4 relay.
Take a look at the lane assignments. We saw Team USA in lane 6 and Jamaica in 7. For more on the two-time Olympic gold medalists who will be running the anchor leg for the USA women here in the 4x4, let's go on the field and check in with Carolyn.
Paul, in speaking with USA head coach Dennis Mitchell, it really becomes clear just how invaluable veteran leadership is to this team to guide the next generation of great runners who are starting to bloom. And he told me he's so confident in a leader like Dee Dee Trotter that he can literally say at practice, 4x4 girls, go over there, Dee Dee, and turn his back and know that she's going to do what she needs to do. She's going to motivate them. She's going to help the girls get comfortable in the system. And he said, you know, the same goes for Justin Gatlin with the 4x1. These veterans, Wallace Spearman among them, are with the young athletes all the way into the call room before a race when Mitchell isn't there. He told me he simply could not think of trading that kind of leadership.
Dee Dee Trotter is really an inspirational athlete, and I got to speak to her yesterday as well, and I've run with her for quite a few years. And she's rebranding herself and really running for the people for the next couple years. She's really excited about sharing her gift and her talent with the world in a way that's different than the way she's done it in the past.
What's the best thing about her as a runner that you noticed, not only as a fan watching her, but you said that you've run with her and trained with her as well?
She is a very intense athlete. She's not going to give up. No matter what happens and what position she hands that stick off of, it's still going to be a race when Dee Dee Trotter gets that stick as the anchor leg.
And when you get to age 32, what sort of talents can you rely on at that point? As you, maybe the body not quite what it used to be, but hopefully the mind sharper than ever.
Well, you're smarter, and your work ethic is just as strong as it was when you were a young athlete, and that's where I think she has the advantage. She knows exactly what she needs to do to be successful at that level.
The first young lady in lanes all the way. The second young lady will run that turn in lanes and then break for the pole.
Nike women's 4x400 meters. Dee Dee Trotter will be running the anchor leg. USA, either red or the blue team, has won this event each of the last 15 years. Running the lead off for Team USA, Brianna Nelson. The youngest of the four running for Team USA, 22, an All-American at the University of Texas last year.
Christine Day from Jamaica is really putting in an outstanding run. We'll see if we can't get a split on her.
Christine Day, outstanding job for Jamaica. Hands off to Patricia Hall with Jamaica well in the lead.
Patricia's also 32 years old, so she's going to be running from a place of experience.
Patricia, 2006 All-American while running at the University of Tennessee. And running in the lead here in the second leg of the Nike women's 4x400 meters.
In second place for Canada, that's Fawn Dorr. She was an All-American while at Penn State in the 400-meter hurdles. She's been here many times as a collegiate athlete running that 4x4 relay.
Jamaica in first, Canada in second, and Team USA in third.
Well, that's little Shapri Romero, formerly from the University of Arizona. She didn't even know if she'd run competitively in college till Fred Harvey got his hands on her. She turned out to be an outstanding college runner. Excellent second leg for Shapri Romero from the USA team.
Anastasia Leroy from Jamaica, age 27, in the lead. And Janelle Hayes, just behind for Team USA. Canada has slipped back to third place.
Well, Jamaica has a lot of experience. The ages of these athletes, 28, 32, 27. You know, when you're around that long, you run in a lot of races, so they certainly are the more experienced bunch out there.
So for Jamaica, Stephanie Ann McPherson running the final leg, starts out in the lead, just ahead, comfortably ahead of Dee Trotter.
Dee Trotter from the U.S.
Keep an eye on Dee Trotter's last 200 meters. Dee tends to chill at the beginning of the race, but really build at the end, and nobody closes like Dee. Dee can close on the best of them, like Sanya Richards-Ross and Francina McClory. Just watch her tempo and watch her rhythm as she comes down the home stretch.
Stephanie Ann McPherson holding on to the lead right now for Jamaica. You see what Dee Trotter can do coming down the home stretch.
Dee said her training's been going well, and she's looking to put down a good race here.
Too much of a lead for Jamaica, though. Stephanie Ann McPherson cruises. Jamaica cruises to the win in the Nike Women's 4x4.
For this final of the 4x100 meters relay, we saw drama in the heats yesterday, trying to get the baton round. You see, this is at the second changeover point, so from the back straight into the bend. And here's the Canadian team, going to be led off by Savannah Blair into Diana Proctor, Odiaza and Tedka. For the Swiss team, Timea Rankel into Leah Thalman, Chloe Rabak and Alicia Massini. And the Jamaican team, so slick with their baton changes yesterday. Shanoya Michaela Douglas leading off into Aliyah Baker, Brianna Campbell and Ilana Reed bringing it home. For the US team, this is Jade Brown leading them off. She will hand to Santera James, Avery Lewis and Taylor Schneer bringing it home. Alexandra Stoilova will lead off the Australian quartet, handing the baton to Tori Lewis, silver medalist in the 200 yesterday, Olivia Rose Inkster and Jessica Mila. And for the Puerto Rican team, Legne Echevarria, handing into Frances Colon, Amanda Andino and Karina Franceschi. For the Ukrainian team, this is Anna Karandakova. We'll hand it over to Diana Miroshenko, Yuliana Stepaniuk and Alina Kishkina. The Polish team, Olivia Zimolag, she will hand over to Klaudia Kristatek, Inga Kanitska and Jagoda Zukowska. Baton changes so crucial. It was a good start for the US team. They are blazing around, trying to make up the ground on the Jamaican team outside of them into the first changeover. Good changeover for the Jamaicans. A little bit sticky on the Americans. That enabled the Australians to get back into the competition on their inside. Here's this changeover. Again, great changeover from the Jamaicans. A good changeover and better, I think, from the Americans. Swiss team are also right up in there. So where the Jamaicans were ahead at this point yesterday. And the American runner's gone too soon. That puts the Australian team in the lead, but Alana Reid, a look across, puts it into full throttle charging for that line and brings home that gold medal for Jamaica. It is the Swiss team celebrating a bronze medal performance courtesy of the baton exchange on that final exchange for the American team. We get another look at that. That is Avery Lewis coming in to hand the baton to Taylor Schneider. I think it might have been that Taylor Schneider went a little bit too soon. There is the result. It was a gold medal performance for Jamaica. Australian taking the silver, and the Swiss team, and you can see what it means to them to take that bronze medal.
When you watch an Olympic or World Championship senior relay 4x1, you have to remember that they train all year round as a squad together. These have qualified in the last few weeks and have maybe only trained together since they got into Lima. So it's a little bit rough and ready at times, and the checkpoints and the takeoffs also betray a little bit of nerves of youth, don't they? I think when we watched the USA on this last leg, that's what happened.
Yeah,
went too soon.
I think we are also hearing that there is a changeover under review for the Australian team at the moment as well. We did see yesterday just how well the Jamaicans did exchange the baton here, so you can see the outgoing US athlete Taylor Schneider does go a little bit too soon there, and she has to stop, break down, don't exchange the baton in time. That exchange was good there for Australia, and for Jamaica, extremely slick. Swiss chasing hard at this point. I don't think they could believe their luck, but Alana Reid really away clear, has time for a look across just to check who is there for company inside. And it was the Australians in that silver medal position.
The Australian handover was this one. I think it was way long. Oh, no, it's the second one. It's 2 to 3. There was a bit of a juggle here as well. They'll laugh about it in future years, but not tonight.
They really won't tonight. That's a smile. That was nice. A little bit of a taunting look almost, isn't it, across from Reid, Alana Reid there. She knew that she had it. So just to have a look here, this is that baton change of Australia that was being looked at. You can see they need to exchange that before they get to the yellow line. That is the yellow line now hidden behind the caption. And no, they are across that yellow line before they exchange the baton. It has to be in the hand of the outgoing runner, doesn't it? So it has touched a hand there. They're struggling for it.
Maker expected to put out a fabulous time here. Nelson, White, Birchall, McGregor, their squad. Scotland, they will be quick as well. Singapore and India, and the Indian squad with their tails up. Who knows what they can do? On paper, they may qualify, but frankly, with the advantage of some fabulous results bolstering their spirits this morning by other members of their team, we may see India outperform themselves here. So, the Jamaicans, lead-off athlete, that's Nelson, just adjusting her blocks. England took gold 4 years ago on the Gold Coast ahead of Jamaica, and Nigeria in third.
Well, they're still going through their preparations. So let's return our attention to this hammer competition. Meanwhile, the women getting ready for the first of the two semi-finals, top three in each going through to the big showdown.
Well, Jamaica were champions in Scotland in 2014 in those wonderfully organised games in Glasgow, but beaten by England. Bit of an upset that 4 years ago. They'll want to get back on the top of the rostrum, but first they must get that baton round these four athletes. Baton speed is critical. The changeovers need to be smooth, and you can quite often in relays get a squad of moderate talents defeating a squad of super talents if the changeovers are strong. If you can maintain baton speed through keeping it really smooth changeovers, then you can quite often get some rather strange results. Here's the lead-off athlete for the India, Chand. She'll hand over to Das, then Nanda and Raji. On the outside, they can focus on their own job. The Indian record, 43.37. Singapore go in lane 6. Pereira will hand over to Zaini, then Chandran and Liu.
In lane 5,
Scotland, always good carriers of the baton at the Commonwealth Games. Matheson, Rees, Malone and Spence, their quartet. The Jamaicans, well, they start as favourites here, surely, with Nelson, White, Birchall and McGregor making up their foursome. Their national record, 41.02. Here is the Maltese quartet and the lead-off runner, Atsopardi. She'll hand over to Richard, Kikluna and Wingfield. And then the Maldives on the inside with Hussein, Mohammed, Hassan and Mohammed again making up their foursome.
The first three automatically make the final, plus the next two fastest across the two heats.
Well, the second fastest time ever is by Jamaica. That was last year at the Olympic Games, 41.02. Only the USA have ever gone under 41 seconds. Anything down in the low 42s is very, very crisp. And in fact, only Jamaica have been down there. The Scottish record, for example, 44.35 is the Scottish best this season, 44.35. The first of two heats in the women's 4x100 metres. Then the first three teams go through by right to tomorrow's final. Maldives in 2, Malta 3, Jamaica going 4 in the yellow, Scotland in 5, Singapore 6, India 7. Away they go, and already to making up ground on Scotland. Centre of picture, Jamaica almost up alongside Matheson of Scotland. It's been a brilliant leg from Nelson. A safe changeover, not a fast changeover from the Jamaicans. The Scots pretty much matched them, but down the back straight, the second leg runner from Jamaica moving really well at the moment. That is White. She hands over. That was a good changeover from the Jamaicans. Scotland in second, going really well. On the outside, India going pretty well too. It's Jamaica from India at the moment. India having a really good run here. Their backs are up as Jamaica take it over on the final leg. Down the home straight, looking really strong. It's McGregor now, storming away with this. That's an 8 or 9 metre winning margin. India comfortably second, Scotland in third, and a really close battle for the fourth places there, but 43.66 by Jamaica there. Well, it was a safe squad that got it round well enough. Let's hope there are no red flags and that all the changeovers were good for every team. But that was a huge winning margin and an equally huge gap behind India, Rob.
Yes, Scotland getting the best of that battle for the third spot. Wingfield was finishing very quickly for Malta on the anchor leg. The Indians had a very sluggish changeover from third to anchor, but how well did they go down the back straight? They've taken second. Scotland have gone through by a couple of tenths of a second. Singapore and Malta very, very close behind, but we will see the Scottish quartet in the final. The Jamaicans are so good. They've got such a great reputation. The Olympic champions, the silver medalists in Eugene, gold in Glasgow, and they've got Elaine Thompson-Herah, who they can draft into the final. Not a bad name to add to the list, a 4-time individual Olympic champion.
Yeah, Thompson-Herah has looked superb all week, hasn't she? Getting fitter all the time. That was a safe changeover from the Indians on the outside. I expected a little more from Scotland. I thought they'd be closer to India, that's for sure. But look at this changeover from Scotland. Oh, awful changeover, final changeover there from Scotland. Looked to me like the outgoing runner went off a little bit early for them. That was Spence. Indeed, they're only just ahead of Singapore, and you'd expect from a well-drilled squad like the Scots a bigger margin. But they are through safely. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, so
Jamaica,
good, the
India
Jamaicans.
and Scotland.
So good, the Jamaicans. You could see Spence coming under a little bit of pressure there for that third spot with the fast finish of Wingfield from Malta. Watch this last changeover for the Indians, just on the left of picture. Took them a while. Can't quite see her, and also, as you said, it was a little bit sluggish from the Scots, but poetry in motion, the Jamaican quartet, and they will be smarting after finishing second to the United States in Eugene. But despite the fact that we've got great teams going in the second of the heats, England as the defending champions, the Jamaicans would surely line up as the joint favourites at least.
And England, well, they've swapped victory.
So welcome back, guys. So this was women 4x4 relay, and the countries participating was USA, Jamaica, Nigeria, Canada, Botswana, and Australia. So on lane 4 was Botswana, on lane 5 Canada, on lane 6 Team USA, on lane 7 Jamaica, on lane 8 Nigeria, and on lane 9 was Australia. So in this case, let me just talk about the favorites. We all know Team USA and Team Jamaica. These are the only teams with the best sprinters so far. So on lane 6, the Team USA were Brianna Nelson, Shadri Romero, Janelle Hayes, and Didi Trotter. Now on Team Jamaica, Christine Day, Patricia Hall, Anastasia Leroy, and Stephen Ann. That's now Team Jamaica. So Team USA on lane 6, Team Jamaica on lane 7. And you have seen how Jamaicans did this. Jamaicans are incredible. You have seen how Christian Day decided she cannot be number 2. So she decided to pull it further for Jamaica so that they can take the lead. And she took the lead. And you know, when Jamaicans take the lead, it's over. When Jamaicans just take the lead, it's over. So this type of races, when you see Jamaica and USA in any race, then you just know Jamaica will either take number 1 or USA will be number 1. But they always come 1 and 2 in most cases, because the best sprinters so far in the world comes from Jamaica and USA. But many of them, obviously, they come from Jamaica, because Jamaica has been winning so many of these races. So obviously the best, they just come from Team Jamaica. So when Kristen Day took over and became number 1, she made the race even more easier for her teammates. You have seen Jamaicans, they dominated and they maintained the number 1 until they finished the race. And they finished the race with 3.26 and 59. When Didi took over, by the way, Didi is one of also the greatest sprinter from USA, the favorites. In fact, they knew she will try and pull, the strings for her teammates, but she could not outsmart our Jamaica sprinters. She could not. She tried, but she could not even get close. You have seen the gap. That's a very crazy gap. So Jamaica home with the gold. Congratulations, Team Jamaica, for making Jamaica proud. Team USA just took number 2. So I know Didi was very disappointed by this performance, because she was the last one on the line. And again, there was nothing she could do, because if her friends could not manage to pull the strings for her, then there was no way she could do this. She could, win this. So Jamaicans did what they did, and they pulled the strings, and Jamaicans took the number 1, took the gold home. And this is not even new. They always do that. So outsmarting Team Jamaica in the relay races has also become very difficult for so many countries. They have tried, but Jamaicans keep on winning. And by the way, in this race, I don't see the common one, the common sprinters. these are just different people. So imagine if we had the people like Alana Reid in this race, then Team USA would really have seen a lot of dust in this particular race. And by the way, I love how the crowd came out to see this race. Oh my God, that's a massive crowd. People were so many who came to watch this race. And by the way, the showdown between Jamaica and USA, you cannot miss to watch that one. It is always incredible. Very, very incredible. A race you cannot miss to watch, because these two countries are always the greatest rivals. And when they meet in the field, it's like a movie, you know. They do it perfectly. So in the second race was 4x100, Poland, Ukraine, Puerto Rico, Australia, USA, Jamaica, Switzerland, Canada, and you know, Jamaica, as always, they just took it easily in the 4x100 meter race. Alana Reid destroyed the field and they could not even come any closer. So Jamaica winning races has become now common. You just see any race and you see a Jamaica present, then you just know how that race gonna end. They have already won it. Before even it starts, you already know Jamaicans have already won the race, because they cannot afford to lose any race. They are the best. They are good in sprinting. I saw a certain comment, a certain person saying that Jamaicans were born racing. So I think that's maybe the reason why they are the best, and they will always be the best. So thank you for watching that video. Until my next video, one love.